It has been 30 years since what would become Maryland's largest prison opened its doors in Somerset County. Today, Eastern Correctional Institution in Westover has a population of about 3,400 inmates.
And it also holds opportunities for an exciting career for anyone, including you, who may be interested in becoming a correctional officer. Mike Ziegler is the Deputy Secretary of Operations for the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services, joins us this afternoon to tell us more. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good
Welcome
afternoon.
back.
Good afternoon.
So you have done several hiring sessions on the Eastern Shore, actually pretty recently. Is this a big push that's going on right now?
It is a big push, and you have to understand that the Eastern Correctional Institute is our largest in the state. So therefore, we have to constantly keep our positions filled there. So this is a push to continue to keep those positions filled, and we're going to try to fill them all.
Gotcha.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about what someone might face during the hiring process to be a correctional officer.
Okay, during the hiring process, especially this week coming, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're having a special push. And what they will be able to do is they'll be able to come in and apply on the state site. And after they apply on the state site, they'll be able to take the test the same day. Generally what happens is you have to apply on a site and then you take the test sometime during the month at a location near you. But this week they'll be able to do it all in the same day, same location. That's one of the great things that we're doing, and hopefully we'll get more people to come in. We'd love to see a lot of people at these at this push.
That's awesome. Now, part of this test is a polygraph test, right?
That's correct.
Now, what would you say to somebody who's like, polygraph test? Wait, what? Well,
the polygraph is an essential part of the investigation that we do. We do a background as well as a polygraph. And I would say that they just tell the truth and be very forthcoming about any information that they have or their past and those kind of things. And they should have no problem with the polygraph and getting through the polygraph exam.
Okay, so I understand Governor Hogan has sweetened the pot, so to speak, with some new incentives for people who may want to apply for the job. Tell us about that.
And sweeten the pot he has. We start off with a $5,000 bonus or sign-on bonus or a hiring bonus for those people, the new people that come in. They will get $3,000 at the end of the academy, and they will get another $2,000 after their first year of employment. In addition to that, we have $3,000 that we are giving all employees who have good attendance records and perform adequately for the year. In addition to that, the governor is also, with the Hometown Heroes Act, he added the correctional officers to the Hometown Heroes Act, which exempts a certain portion of their retirement pay after they've reached their retirement age, and that's another aspect that helps with our employees.
Right.
In addition to that, just recently he has added on a college debt incentive or college debt payback. And what happens is the employee or their family will be able to take advantage of taking care of their college debts.
Right. Wow.
That's big. That is big.
Are you going to be okay if I...
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. So is it difficult to attract candidates?
Well, it is. Right now it's specifically difficult because, you know, right now the economy's good and unemployment's down. And when unemployment's down, people that need a job already have a job. And in addition to that, public safety in general, when people, you know, it's a job where you're 24 hours a day, you work evening shifts, you work night shifts, you work holidays, you work weekends. And so during these times, people take other jobs as opposed to day work jobs with the weekends off, as opposed to jobs in public safety. So it is difficult. You'll see police cars going up and down the road with signs on "we're hiring," and as well as correction vehicles with signs on it "we're hiring." So it is a difficult time for us in public safety to hire.
Yeah.
Tell us about the economic benefits of being a correctional officer.
Economically, there, you know, you start off as a correctional officer at around $40,000 a year, and you certainly have the benefit of health insurance and those benefits. And the great thing is, it's 20-year retirement, and there's not a lot of jobs out there today that will give you a 20-year retirement with benefits like that. That's a very big plus for us.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Especially with that retirement exemption as well. Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because you said before, it's not a job.
Nope.
It's a career. It
is a career. And in my opinion, the difference between a job and a career, a job is where you get you go to work and you get employed and you just make a salary.
Right.
And a career is where you go to and you get employed, and there's opportunities there for you to advance, and you learn stuff. You get a skill and you learn those skills, and those skills enhance your future along the way. So this job, you can come in the door as a basic correctional officer, and you can leave as a secretary.
Wow.
Okay, all right. And then there's other opportunities. I understand that the department offers ability to work in various departments within the correctional facility.
We do. If you look at a correctional facility, it's like a small city. and we have just about anything you can imagine inside of a city. We have dietary, we have maintenance people. We also have medical, and there's just K9, there's a lot of special tactical units and things like that, but just about any job you can imagine in the real world we have inside the facility.
Now you've got some pop-up recruitment places coming up beginning Tuesday, right?
We do.
Can you tell me about those?
Well, we're going to be at Warwick College. On Tuesday, we're going to be at Warwick and testing. We'll start at noon, but we test at 5. And then we go to Summer Cove Marina from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then you have some opportunities on Wednesday?
On Wednesday, we'll be at Warwick 10 a.m. and testing at 2 p.m. And we'll be at the One Stop Job Market from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the center at Salisbury from noon to 6 p.m.
And then Thursday the 26th.
And Thursday 26th, we'll be at the Warwick Community College from 9 a.m. and we'll be testing at noon, and at Chesapeake College from 9 to 1. And the Secretary of the Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services will be showing up at all these events at different times. So if someone wants to come out and talk to him, feel free to come out, and we'll have a tag as to where he is somewhere along in that whole group of 3 days, and he'll be around to have a conversation.
Yes, and the thing about these locations are they're exactly that. There's no tie into the colleges or anything like that. It's just the location where you're having the pop-up recruitment opportunity. Okay, so wow.
Wonderful opportunity. Mike
if I'm
Ziegler.
not here next week, you'll know why.
Mike Ziegler, the Deputy Secretary of Operations for the
you,
Maryland
very much.
Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Thank you for being here today.